another video on this Jaggery that I bought. So I'm baking today and I've got some spare eggs. So I kind of thought, well, let's see if the Jaggery works in just a normal sponge. So a 442 recipe, 4 ounces of butter, 4 ounces of sugar, 4 ounces of flour and 2 eggs. Because I think I made it before, I've used this before and I used it in a rich fruit cake. And I think rich fruit cakes are a little bit more forgiving because they're denser than a normal cake. So I kind of thought, let's see if it works in a normal cake. What else were my other thoughts? Oh yeah, because my mum makes a cake, which I don't know where she got the recipe from, but it's called spice bread, but it's not a bread, it's a cake, and you just use brown sugar in it instead of, well, soft brown sugar or dark brown sugar instead of refined white sugar, and it gives a spiciness to the bread without there actually being any spices in it. So you kind of think there's going to be some cinnamon, some nutmeg or some mace in there or something like that, but there isn't. It's just brown sugar. So I kind of thought, well, we'll probably get the same kind of results from the Jaggery. I've got 6 eggs, so we're doing 12 ounces of butter. Well, it's not butter, it's baking margarine. So it's 12 ounces of that, 12 ounces of the Jaggery. What you do is you just shave it with the knife and then put it in there and cream it with the butter. Now it has gone nice and kind of quite shiny. So, and it's incorporated in well. It's just incorporated well. It's just not as sweet, but it's not 100% sugar. It's Jaggery. It's got other things in it as well. You know, it's like there'll be more moisture in that than there will be sugar. So it's not sweet, but it's kind of quite. I mean, the way it's gone, you could use it as in a butter icing. I would have thought as well. So if we were going to decorate some cakes with some butter icing, I think the Jaggery would kind of work. And people are always looking for different kind of things. So if you kind of, we might actually do that. We might make a butter icing out of it. Maybe. But like a Jaggery cake, so like a Jaggery sponge with then a Jaggery butter icing. I think that'd be kind of quite nice. And people are always looking for something a little bit different, like the next on trend type of thing. But anyway, those have incorporated type quite well. So I'll add the eggs and then add the flour. I'm going to put in a little bit of baking powder because what I find with baking powder is it makes even a cake will, when it's cooling, it'll cool flat, so you don't get that bump in the top. And that's, you can't really see that, but you don't get that bump in the top of the cake. Baking powder, I always tend to find, makes things cool down flat. So you don't have to cut the top of this cake off if you decorate or anything like that. So we'll do that. We'll see how it incorporates with the other ingredients, and then we'll give it a bake and we'll see how it turns out. If it fails, it doesn't matter. I would simply use the cake for sponge fingers or something like that. We can dry them out into biscotti or something like that. It won't go to waste. But anyway, so we'll do some stuff and then we're back. Right, so we have mixed in the other ingredients. Yeah, I'll stick my finger in it, it'll be fine. We have got some little bits of Jaggery that haven't mixed in, but yeah, it's not a bad thing, is it? I mean, they're soft. It probably could have done with mixing a little bit more when we were creaming in the butter and the Jaggery, but you know. And we've got a little bit of split cake mixture, but that doesn't really matter. I've had that happen with normal sugar, and the cake turns out fine. So we'll bake it and we'll see how it turns out. But tasting wise, nice as cake mixture goes. We'll just have to see what it's like when it's baked. Right, let's have a look. It smells good. Oh, so it's certainly puffed up. Ooh, is that just, I think that'll be okay. I think if we cook it any longer, it'll overcook because it's all, well, the sugar's already the Jaggery's already kind of like caramelized. But let's just stick something. Let's see if it comes out clear. but I think it's cooked. It will shrink down, so I've put a bit of baking powder in. So, oh, that's clean. And you touch it under your lip, it's hot. So, it looks good. Yeah, it's definitely hot, definitely cooked. We'll let it cool and then we'll give it a taste. Right, let's have a look. Grease, that baking parchment's not very. The grease has come through it. That's strange, isn't it? But it's not waterproof, is it? So of course things are going to go through it. So it feels quite heavy actually, and you can see that it's flattened down. It's not concave, but it's flattened down. What do we want to do? We'll cut a piece off here, because this is the outside. That's alright, isn't it? Look, that's a lovely colour. That's a lovely colour, is that? And then we'll cut it in half as well, and then we'll have a look on the inside. Nice as that. And it's a little bit more dense than a normal cake. It's kind of quite heavy. So the other baking that I did was that's 6 eggs. That's going to be 7 eggs in that, and it doesn't feel as dense. That somehow feels heavier, even though there's more mixture in that one. So I don't know why, but it's a little bit denser. So yeah, so why would that seem to weigh more than that? That's strange, isn't it? That's strange, because there's more ingredients, there's more weight in that one. But anyway, that's nice, is that? Jaggery can certainly be used as a sugar substitute in a normal sponge. We're going to cut that in half, aren't we? Before I wrap this up. Well, something a little bit different. If you're wanting to use up Jaggery, there we go. Nice. It would be nice with custard actually. So maybe with a bit of ginger. So make like a ginger sponge. So just some ground dried ginger and some and Jaggery, and that would make a nice ginger sponge cake. And then serve that with some custard, and that would be lovely with that. If I feel like I'm going to be generous, I might just use it at work and give people something just that little bit different. But it doesn't taste that much different from a sponge. It's just got that nice kind of quite colour and a little bit dense, which sometimes I kind of want in a sponge. I sometimes want something a little bit more substantial. Something like a, yeah, so there's Yorkshire Parkin, which is kind of like a dense cake which has got treacle in, and oats. I think it's got oat powder in it. I can't remember, but that's kind of a dense, sticky type of thing, and it improves with age, and it's kind of not that Parkin's different, but it's not that dissimilar kind of idea. But that's nice. If you want to use it, if you end up with some Jaggery and you don't know what to do with it, make a cake out of it. It's delicious and a success.